Good evening. Protocol has already been established, and it's so nice to be able to stand at a mic and a stand that's the right height. Again, my name is Patrice Jordan Robinson. I'm seeking the Democratic nomination for County Commissioner District 9. I want to represent you as a voice of reason. I do not desire to be a career politician, but a representative and a servant of all county residents. My constituents know and support me as a dedicated child advocate and servant. That's why they elected me to represent them on the school board 3 times over a 12-year period. The Memphis voters elected to consolidate the schools, but the results of consolidation did not stop the academic progress of either school district. I fought to stop the stripping of funding for Memphis City schools. I fought to end dual taxation for education. I fought for economic opportunities for all citizens. I fought to reduce premiums for the health care premiums. I fought for new schools in the Southeast region. I want to represent the residents of District 9 to know that the kinds of laws and policies that I will be sponsoring, if you elect me as your advocate, would be I pledge to support safe and healthy communities. I pledge to invest in the youth of Memphis and Shelby County by providing adequate and equitable funding to support the education not of some students but all students. I pledge to work collaboratively with the economic opportunity for all residents in increasing employment opportunities and promoting greater business development for minority and women-owned businesses. I pledge to increase the accountability of county government and the residents of Shelby County to ensure the programs and policies are executed efficiently and effectively. I pledge to encourage new companies to move to Shelby County, but with contracts that include specific criteria for receiving pilots. I pledge to encourage quality vocational and technical training as well as workforce development. I pledge to be ethical in the performance of my duties. Vote for Patrice Robinson because I am prepared and experienced.
Thank you. Mr. Keith Williams.
Thank you. I am Keith Williams. I am currently the president of the Memphis and Shelby County Education Association, which represents about 8,000 educators in this county. I tell you that I am not a politician but a servant, and I tell you why. I have given 42 years of my life to service. I believe that service is the price that we pay for the space we occupy on this planet. I tell you that when politicians say that these schools in this county is in a better position, I beg the question. Let me give you some real facts. This school system lost over 4,000 employees with the surrender of the charter of this school district. We have people who have worked in this school district who are not now making a living wage. We have teachers in this school district who are not residents of this city. We have an outsourced system that hires all employees in this district, teachers, custodial workers, and the like. To have given $1 billion business to private industry is criminal and immoral. I tell you that we have a school system that is in ruin. It is tantamount to being in a third world school system. Teachers have worked too long and too hard to have to come up against the kind of immorality in this district that we currently face. And I would have those who are telling us that if things are all right, they're going to get better. In the meantime, our children suffer. When we can allow industry to come into this district and create self-serving jobs for themselves, to make all kinds of profits, to bring teachers from outside of this district, it is an atrocity, and it does not serve this community, it does not serve children. And I tell you, if you do nothing else, think about your future. Think about the children. If you can't save yourself, save these children and save this community. I tell you, I am Keith Williams, County Commissioner, District 9. Vote for change, vote for a productive school system and county.
Thank you. We have 2 questions for candidates for County Commission District 9. I will read them in the order that I received them. Question number 1. The school system belongs to the citizens. Please explain. Some of y'all write like doctors. That's a compliment. So let me try this one more time. The school system belongs to the citizens. Please explain your comment. No, that's okay. I'm gonna get through this. It's not me. Okay. Please explain your comment of the children, if the children were given away, and who gave them away, and how did they give up on the children? What you're asking me to do up here is interpret, somebody's, run-on sentences. I don't mean any harm. All right? The school system belongs to the citizens. Please explain. It says C-O-M-M-E-N-T. Please explain your comment of if the children were given away, and who gave them away, and how did they give up on the children? Okay.
Let me clarify.
Okay.
Can I paraphrase this? This is addressed to... I'm it's been a while since I've acted as a student teacher. I think it's directed to Mr. Keith Williams. Okay. The school system belongs to the citizens. Please explain, I guess through your comments, why was the school system given away, and who gave the system away, and why did they give up on the children? Now, that's my interpretation of this question. However, I may be wrong.
I will give you the response that I know that I haven't managed to give you.
Okay, now, it was addressed to Mr. Williams, but I would like both candidates to answer that question.
The school system did belong to the citizens of Memphis because we had a special school district charter for over 87 years. That is a fact. However, the way it was given away is that the elected school board, before it could be put to that vote, had to determine that they wanted to give up the charter. That is the only way the citizens of the city would have had a response or an opportunity to do so. In the wisdom of the school board, it was that we were paying 2 taxes, a city tax and a county tax. The exact same thing now that the municipalities are doing and will do in strengthening their districts. They are now paying a Germantown colonial tax and a county tax. So that's what they have the opportunity to do now. Before this charter was surrendered, our school system was subsidized by the entire county, and the city of Memphis had an obligation, which made us fund it properly. Now, the citizens, the school board members themselves voted 5-4 to surrender the charter. They did not vote to merge the district. A merger in state law works very differently from a charter surrender. A merger says you come to the table, you sit down, and you give and take what you're going to do. That is not what happened. It was not in law. Therefore, Bob Doris wrote a law to determine how the surrender would go, and that's how the TPC threw us entirely under the bus, and this district suffered. That is what happened, and that was not good for the children of the city of Memphis.
Thank you for an opportunity to address that issue. I currently do not serve on the Memphis City School Board, but at that time I did, and I gladly answer the question. Memphis City Schools did not give any children away. They're still going to school every day. They are being taught what they need to be taught, and we have information in the back of the room for you to take with you so that you can read it. But the school district had a committee set up that looked at that issue for a whole year, looking at our charter. Our charter did not work for the district. The city council decided that they did not want to participate in education anymore. I remember the fall of that year when they decided they weren't going to give us any more money. We could not make payroll. We needed an opportunity for our citizens to weigh in on this very important issue because of the charter did not meet the current needs of our district. We wanted our children in the Shelby County system because the county is the seat of education. It's a very difficult concept to understand, but it is laid out in Tennessee Code annotated. What was the second part of the question?
Time's up.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Why don't you just stand up there, Ms. Robinson, and you can respond to the second question since you're there.
Okay.
Okay, how's that sound?
That'll work.
Question number 2. What legislation will you change or add to benefit the small and micro businesses? What legislation will you change or add to benefit the small and micro businesses?
As a member of the Memphis City School Board, I worked with our attorneys for several years to ensure that we had a policy on the books. I am used to being in a legislative position, and I've worked with the policies for years. But we had a policy as it relates to where our local businesses could get a priority here in this district if they applied for any business with the school district, and it's called local preference. I would continue to encourage that as a part of Shelby County. We want to keep our dollars here, we want to support the businesses here, and we want to ensure that our citizens have the jobs and opportunities they need. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Williams, same question. Would you like me to repeat it?
No.
Okay.
Certainly, when you think about having economic opportunity for local folk, it makes sense. And it makes all the sense because those are the people who live here, who pay taxes here, who will hire people from here. But what the school system did, the person who got the $11 million contract lives in Knoxville and brought employees from there. The people who run our HR department live in Chicago and bring teachers from everywhere but Memphis. That is not local development. I am not averse to local development, but it ought to be local. And it certainly ought to be people who will hire folk who live in this county and preferably in this city. That has not been the practice so far. So when we give these contracts and pilots, yes, but the conditions ought to be to what benefit? Will it be for the citizens of this county, of this city? And is there an economic balance that gives them what they need and also offsets the tax rate? I am averse to giving any kind of economic thrust to folk who don't live in this county, who are not coming to this county, who are not going to hire people in this county. They need to live in Memphis and in Shelby County.
Thank you.